Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if it's the first time you are joining. Thank you so much for being here today. My name is Hayley and I review fragrances. So in today's video, I thought it would be fun to order some more samples and give you my first impressions of some popular fragrances. Now some of these aren't popular, but the majority of them are. And as before, these samples are from Twisted Lily, and I really enjoyed filming this video last time. I have not smelt any of these before, so they will be true first impressions on camera. Now, please bear in mind, this is not trying them on the skin. I can't tell you anything about the longevity and all of that kind of good stuff. But if you want my first impressions, what my initial reactions are to these fragrances, then please keep on watching. But before we get started on the video, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to my channel. It really helps this channel out, and I would love to have you as part of this amazing fragrance community. So now that's out of the way, let's get started on the reviews. Now, I don't know if I'm going to review all of these because there's quite a few, but I'm going to pick the ones that stand out to me the most. And as mentioned, these are from Twisted Lily. Some of these are Twisted Lily samples, so decants, and some of these are official samples. I don't know what kind of determines them being official samples versus decants, but Twisted Lily is a respected and trustworthy store, so you don't have to worry about the samples not being original, even if they are decants. So, what one shall I pick first? I kind of want to try the Zoologist ones because I haven't sampled any Zoologist fragrances before, and I'm super intrigued by the brand. So yeah, I think I'm going to start with Zoologist, which I believe are in these two decant versions. Okay, let's start with Penguin. I think this is one of the newer releases from the brand, and I'm super intrigued by Zoologist fragrances. I've heard they can be a little bit challenging, and I do like that about the brand. It's fun to try some fragrances that are more original, that are a little bit more difficult to understand. So let me grab a paper test strip. Got hair on my face. So I'm going to spray Penguin. This isn't super challenging, but there is something kind of icy about it. I guess that makes sense, being the inspiration is penguins. But it has a kind of cologne vibe about it, that kind of fresh, aromatic, almost masculine shower gel vibe. I'm just smelling this on the paper. That's not me saying this smells like a shower gel on the skin, but I'm just giving you what my first impressions are. There's kind of like a herbal quality. Where is my phone? I'm going to look up the notes quickly because I'm intrigued what is in here. Okay, so this is described as an ozonic, fresh, woody, musky, aromatic fragrance. It has notes of ice, juniper berries, pink pepper, saffron, labdanum, ozonic notes, suede, moss, musk, and sandalwood. I definitely get the kind of icy vibe and the ozonic vibe or ozonic notes. I do get the juniper berries, which is giving this an aromatic feel. I get a little bit of the pink pepper, and there definitely is an almost sueded feel to the dry down. I do also get the moss and the musk. This isn't my style of fragrance, but that being said, I will try this one on the skin because I feel like this could pull very much like a clean and fresh fragrance. And I feel like it could be quite an easy reach. I don't find this one super challenging, like I've heard some Zoologist fragrances are. Maybe I've just picked the ones that aren't as challenging. I only picked two from the brand, but I'm curious to try some more. Anyway, I think let's move on to the next one. I think this is nice. It's not really my vibe. As I mentioned, I feel like it has quite a cologne feel about it. And there's nothing really that special to me about this one. So this one would be a pass for me. I probably wouldn't purchase it. But that being said, I will try it on my skin before I make a final judgment. Have you tried Penguin? And if so, please do let me know what you think about it. So next up is Zoologist Hummingbird. Now I picked this one more so because of the name. I have no idea of the notes of this one as well. And I was just curious what hummingbird would smell like. I think hummingbirds are absolutely beautiful creatures. So let's spray this one. If it wants to spray. This was not what I was expecting. Not that I know or had an idea what a hummingbird should smell like. Oh, I need to sneeze. 2 seconds. So this is very floral and it kind of smells like tropical waxy florals on first impressions. Almost a little bit vintage. There's this kind of aldehydic vibe about it as well. Almost powdery. But I definitely get something like ylang ylang. Maybe I'm getting tuberose too. There could be some mimosa in here. It's quite musky. It's a little bit powdery. Not sweet, but it's almost like sweetened waxy florals. This isn't necessarily my style. It has a kind of vintage quality about it. Think like old Chanel or maybe old Galan. I think it's pleasant, but I don't think I would like this on my skin. It's a very heady floral scent profile. It smells quite complex. I'm going to look up the notes of this one as well. I don't think I'm going to do this with every fragrance, but I am intrigued what's in here. So let me quickly... So yeah, this one has ylang ylang in here, which I suspected would be the case. It also has mimosa. There's honeysuckle and peony. There's lilac, lily of the valley, there's cherry, plum, pear, apple, citrus, rose, violet leaf, whipped cream, musk, and a load of other notes. I'm not really getting any of the fruity vibes like the cherry, the plum, the pear, the apple. I am getting the lily of the valley. I think this is potentially why it's not for me. I've realized more so recently that lily of the valley isn't a note that I love, so... I think I would pass on hummingbird, but if you like kind of waxy florals, heady florals that almost have a vintage, musky, aldehydic vibe to them, you might enjoy hummingbird, but you might also perceive this one differently. Again, have you tried Hummingbird by Zoologist? If so, let me know your thoughts on this because I am super intrigued, but this one would be a no from me. Next up, I picked up a fragrance from Andrea Mack, and I've never tried anything from this brand, and I picked Solstice. I didn't know what to go for. Again, I don't know the notes of this one. I just picked one at random because I was curious to try something. I do like the bottles of Andrea Mack fragrances. They're quite aesthetically pleasing to me. They almost have like a gothic vibe about them. So let me spray Solstice. Again, I'm not sure what I was expecting, but when I think of Solstice, it probably wouldn't be this. This is very fresh, almost aquatic and watery. There's a fruity quality in here, almost like flavored water. So you know when you put things like cucumber in water or maybe melon water. It's a little bit musky too. This is very fresh. This would be great in the high heat. I do like this. It's in a similar realm to Kilian's Roses on Ice for me, which is kind of like an icy juniper berry rose scent. Whereas this has that kind of cucumber vibe about it that Roses on Ice has, but there's also like a melon, watery, juicy, quench your thirst kind of thing going on in here with that musky dry down. It's very, very interesting. This is one that I would like to try on my skin. It's giving me kind of clean aesthetic, fresh and musky, but I would like to see how this one plays on my skin. So I will come back to Solstice in a future video, but I do enjoy it, but this is one I definitely need to sample properly on my skin. Again, I'm going to ask you this with every fragrance. Have you tried Solstice by Andrea Mack? And if so, what do you think about it? Next up is Xerjoff Casamarati Quattro Pizzi. Now, I have been very excited to try this one. So let's open it up. I do remember looking at the notes before, but I can't really remember off the top of my head. I feel like some people compared this one to Armani's Rouge Malachite. So we shall see. Let's spray this. Okay, first impressions. I'm not getting Rouge Malachite, not personally anyway, because whilst I can appreciate Rouge Malachite, it's not a fragrance that I really enjoy because I find it quite tuberose heavy. What am I getting here? This is nice. Wow, I really do love this. I remember it having a coconut note, and I do get kind of like a fleshy coconut, not a coconut milk, but more so the flesh of the coconut. It's a little bit woody, but there's a really beautiful sweetness in here. Now, I do get a tuberose vibe, but it's not as heady as Rouge Malachite for me personally. There's a slight green touch here, and it's almost a little bit boozy. It smells a little bit like a tropical cocktail, but when I say tropical, I'm not thinking pina colada or anything really fruity, more so like rum and coconut milk, which kind of sounds like Malibu, but I don't know. Oh, I think this one is really, really good. I need to try this one on my skin, but first impressions on the paper, I love it. I really, really love this one. And I was not expecting that, to be honest. I think because I saw a lot of people comparing it to Rouge Malachite, I thought that this one probably wasn't going to be for me, but I am pleasantly surprised. However, it might pull a little bit differently on my skin. So this is going to be a TBC until I've tried on my skin. But on the paper, this is a big love for me. Again, have you tried Quattro Pizzi? And if so, what do you think about it? So this one from Liis, I think that's how you pronounce the brand name. I'm not quite sure. I believe this is Studied. I have been recommended this one in the comments so many times, so I'm curious to sample it. Let's see. Oh, that's got a good atomizer. Yes, 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 yes. You all know my taste so well because this one has been recommended so many times. So, first and foremost, I feel like I'm getting a sweet, juicy pear up top. I'm not sure if I am getting that note specifically, but I think I am. Oh, that opening is so beautiful. It's nice and sweet. But then it's got this musky, clean, fresh vibe. I think I'm getting iris. There's definitely like a powdery purple floral in here. Musky, kind of ambrette, a little bit earthy. That has to be pear. Oh, this might be one of my favorite pear fragrances ever. I don't want to say that without trying it on the skin, but wow. I think I love this even more than Quattro Pizzi. This is beautiful, 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 beautiful. I don't own anything from this brand, so this might be my first pickup. I'm curious what the longevity will be like on a fragrance like this, just because of the scent profile. This is kind of your skin, but better, but I do like the sweetness of that pear note. I think I might make this my scent of the day. I'm going to sample some more fragrances first. I don't want to wear anything yet and kind of throw my senses off, but on a first impressions, yes, this one is a love for me. Next up, I picked up a sample from Maison Tahite, and this one is called Coffee Bomb. Purely because I want more coffee fragrances in my collection. I love the color of this little atomizer. I think I'm going to spray this straight on the paper because waste not, want not. Has the notes on here actually, so I'll read them out quickly. Saffron, cardamom oil, black pepper oil, milk, coffee CO2, iris heliotrope, jasmine, rose. Wow, there's a lot of notes. Vanilla, cacao, frankincense, patchouli, sandalwood, tonka, leather, musk, tree moss. That was a mouthful. So let's see what I'm getting. It definitely smells like coffee, but it's kind of like an earthy coffee. And I'm getting a little bit of cacao. It's not overly sweet. Saffron, cardamom, black pepper, coffee, iris, heliotrope. I guess the iris and the heliotrope is making this a little bit more powdery. It's kind of tampering down the sweetness. Vanilla, cacao, frankincense, patchouli, sandalwood, tonka. This one is really nice for a coffee fragrance. This is very wearable. I think I like it. Again, I need to try this one on my skin. What would I compare this to? I'm almost picking up quite a heavy orris note, but there's no orris in here. Wondering what I could be getting that from. It kind of smells like coffee grounds instead of like a milky latte. Now, I would have assumed this smelt more like a latte just because it has a milk note in here. There's the vanilla. But to me, it's more like coffee grounds. Yeah, I like this one. Again, I need to play around with it a little bit more. But yeah, it's nice. Whether or not I will pick up a bottle, I am not sure. But let me know if you have tried Coffee Bomb. What do you think about it? This one has taken me by surprise a little bit. I don't know if I have any coffee fragrances that smell quite similar to this. Maybe. I need to have a think. I need to do an updated coffee video soon too, so yeah, interesting. Okay, next up is the newest fragrance from Marc-Antoine Barrois, probably pronouncing that incorrectly, and this is Tilia. Now, this is the newest release. I might have just said that. It says here that it has lime blossom, honeyed, apricot, heliotrope, jasmine. Let's see. Ooh, this is pretty. Very, very pretty. A little bit peppery. Do you know what? This reminds me a little bit of La Perla Possibilities. This smells so similar to La Perla Possibilities. I need to look on Fragrance quickly to see if anyone else has picked that up. Tilia. Yeah, I'm really getting that. And I wore Possibilities the other day to London, and the longevity is incredible on that fragrance. I'm so sad that it's discontinued. So some people are saying it smells like Fleur Narcotique, which I can see some similarities, but not quite. Okay, yeah, there are some people saying La Perla Possibilities, but the majority are thumbs down. So there are 22 thumbs up and 39 thumbs down for the La Perla Possibilities similarities. I'm on team similarity. I would say more so than Fleur Narcotique, for sure. Oh, might have to pick this one up based off the fact that La Perla Possibilities is discontinued. Now, this has slightly less pepper in it, so some people didn't enjoy the heavy dose of pepper within Possibilities. This is almost a little bit sweeter too. Very pretty, feminine, head turning, would make a really great date night scent. Oh, I might pick this one up. I really, really enjoy this. Oh, that was a good one. So Tilia gets a thumbs up from me. The last 3 fragrances have been real hits. Nice. I really, really enjoy this one. Okay, so those are all the fragrances that I am going to sample in today's video, just because if I smell any more than this, my senses get a little bit confused and I won't be smelling them accurately. But please do let me know what you thought about these fragrances. Have you tried any of these, or would you like to try any of these? And what I would love to know is, do you enjoy these types of videos? And if so, what fragrances should I sample next? please let me know down in the comments below. But thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure as always. Thank you so much. Goodbye.